Should Harden be concerned with the officiating moving forward?
I think he should be. And the reason why I think that he should be is because of the conversation, Max, you and I were having yesterday. When we talk about individual players throughout the league when they were griping, I mean, again, we make the argument that if you can't stop James Harden, that's your problem. The brother's averaging 36.5 a game, 6 rebounds, 7.7 assists. He's flat out balling, shooting 37% from the field, nearly 45% from three-point range. He's a top 2 league MVP candidate, top 3, very, very guaranteed, easily so. The bottom line is that he is an unstoppable offensive juggernaut, and the ability to draw fouls is a key component in his game. He will get to the free throw line. Took 7 free throws last night. He will customarily and usually get to the free throw line. If you are in a situation where people are griping about you getting calls and you have an official like Scott Foster, who James Harden and Chris Paul clearly believe has a personal axe to grind with them, you've got yourself a problem. This is an individual that, from what I was told last night by somebody associated with the Rockets were 0-7 in home playoff games when he officiated last year. So when you look at it from that perspective, the bottom line is that it's a problem. It's something that can't be ignored. And the reason why it's so pivotal is because getting to the free throw line is a key component of James Harden's game, and to a lesser degree, Chris Paul, in terms of his ability to be the floor general that he is and to dictate things. Chris Paul went so far as going to the league office to deal with this man. I mean, they had a meeting in the league office about this official. That's how serious Chris Paul has taken Scott Foster's relationship with him and the Rockets in the past. So this is not something that just is residue from last night's loss. This is not something that's new. Apparently, there's some history here with this particular official. I don't know why. I'm not questioning his legitimacy, his professionalism, or anything like that. But James Harden and Chris Paul obviously were not shy about going on the record, and there's a reason why.
All right, first of all, I know that these guys want consistency, Stephen A. I'm going to bring you back now to when we were kids. Second baseman for the New York Yankees, Willie Randolph. I am still waiting for Willie Randolph to touch second base on a double play. That man never put his foot on the bag. He just swiped in the area, but he always got the call. And so you could understand where if one day he didn't get that call, especially in a big moment, he'd be like, timeout. I need consistency from you guys. Even if you get the call right, get it, or if you get it right now and you usually get it wrong, be consistent. If you're going to get it wrong that way all the time. I understand that gripe. And if it's personal, that's no good. But my question is, what are you going to do about it, James Harden? First of all, James Harden's game, the part that's based on exploiting the rules, where he draws the fouls when it's really a lot of time an offensive foul, really by the book, but he gets the star call. And Chris Paul, going way back, I mean, even before the Clippers, gets 4 steps when he turns the corner on a guy going to the basket and he doesn't get called for it. Like, these guys get star calls. I get it. But you know what the problem with that is, Stephen A? I know it's James's world. I get it. It's LeBron James's world. When you are playing LeBron James, you're not the superstar. You're a bit player in LeBron James's world. So if you're complaining, oh, I'm not getting the superstar call, that's because when LeBron James on the floor, you're not the superstar. You're a monstar. You know, that's what you are. It's Space Jam. You're a monstar. You're just one of the other characters. You are not the protagonist. You are not the star. That's LeBron James. So, yeah, his team may get the calls. That's right, just like you get the call. But you know what the remedy to that is? Real simple. Stephen A., the remedy to that is, yo, James Harden, knock down your shots. It may be unfair. The ref may be inconsistent. Maybe LeBron James' team is getting the superstar calls. Maybe you always get that call and now you don't. Right? Maybe the guy has a personal vendetta against you. Who knows? This is a real simple remedy. Knock down your shots under pressure. Then none of that stuff matters. Knock down the shots when it counts.
That's a very altruistic view. I get where you're coming from, Max, but that's you being emotional and holding him accountable for what you want to see him do come postseason time. It's not that you're wrong, it's that the story is incomplete. He shot 23 free throws in a game earlier this year against the Nets. He shot 27 free throws in a game this year against the Grizzlies. In the month of January, I think they say he averaged like 13.8 free throws per game. On the season, he's averaging 11 free throws, 11.4 free throws a game. When you look at the explosive offensive repertoire of James Harden, getting to the free throw line, getting those fouls called in his favor is key and pivotal, because what happens is, because he's a lefty, he's not somebody that really elevates significantly on his jump shot or whatever. It's step back. It's creating room for himself. It might be a push off here or there. It could be any of those things. But the reality is because of fear of fouling him and sending him to the free throw line, where he's a better than, 85% shooter, whatever the number is, the reality is that it's a key component to his success. You strip that away from him, all right, you can neutralize him. If he's sitting there and saying that there's a particular official that has something against him, of course he has to deal with it, just like anybody else would. Pippen in Chicago had to deal with Hugh Hollins and stuff like that. Magic Johnson had problems with certain referees. Some of the stars always seem to at some point in their career. But in the case of James Harden, it's exponentially more important because he utilizes it to his advantage in everything that he does. And that's why when they're complaining and they're willing to point out a history with their relationship with Scott Foster, the league is going to have to take a look at that, because you have a superstar. You don't want, I got this for you. Being at the Staples Center last night, let me tell you something, Max. The Lakers overcome a deficit. You come back from that deficit. If you're the Los Angeles Lakers down 19, I don't want to see James Harden on the bench with under 2 minutes left because he fouled out. I don't want to see that. 4 offensive foul calls against him. I just don't want to see that.
Then adjust your game. If you know that ref is doing that, you can cry about it, or you can deal with the reality. Adjust your game. Don't try to just draw the foul. Knock down shots. Stephen A., in the fight game, a dude might hurt his right hand. So what does he got to do? Oh, damn, now I can't throw my right hand. Or a ref may not let him hold to the extent that he's used to holding. Does he then, oh, well, that's it. I guess I'm going to lose. No, you figure it out.